Hey, what's up guys, Sean here. So this week we're headed out on our first real shakedown bikepacking trip. Tonight we're going to be doing an overnighter at the Rice Creek Hilton. It's going to be fun. Let's get it. So as you guys know, I've been planning on this for a long time. I finally got the bike kind of set up the way I want it. I need to get a helmet still, I know, but I will be getting one. But we need to get on the trail and head on down here. It's only a couple of miles down here to where we're going to stay for the night. So this is really just a short shakedown, but I just want to make sure that I can do this because I do have a little bit of a longer trip coming up. So I just want to make sure that I can physically do this. All right, here we go. That's okay. Good, how are you? Alright, so far so good. I have definitely got to work out some other camera mounts and stuff though, because just not being able to do it the way I want to. But we're still moving. That was cool. We just saw that doe. She hung out for a while. I didn't want to scare her because those people were hiking. I wanted to make sure that they could get there and see her too. So pretty cool. Well, maps says that I am here, but I am definitely not here. So I'm gonna go up that way and check a little further. I did see a sign back that way that might be it, so we'll check this out up here and then we'll go back if we have to. All right, so it wasn't back the other way. I'm guessing it was a sign that I passed earlier, but the map said we weren't there yet, so I didn't turn. Alright, so this sign says we're headed back this way. So technically this is a hiking trail, but I'm on the bike, so it's a biking trail. Well, here we are. Rice Creek Hilton. Whew. Alright guys, so we finally made it here. It's about 2.1 miles. I will say this. I don't know that it was all that much easier for me to ride in here on the bicycle because filming was a little bit of a nightmare. But it took a lot less time. But yeah, this is a pretty neat little place. Looks like somebody's done some bushcrafting here for whatever reason. But let's go check out the little shelter. Then we need to go over here and check out and see if the pitcher pump works, because this is all the water I brought. I did bring my filter bag and all that stuff, but this is all the water I brought, so if that thing doesn't work, we're gonna have to ration a little bit. But I need a drink. Let's go in here and check this place out. All right, the Rice Creek Hilton. First thing I'm gonna do is look for wasp nests. So far, so good. You know, I don't play with wasps. Any snakes? I don't see any wasp nests right this second. A lot of spider webs though. No sneaky snakes. We got a little cache up here. Pretty cool. Alright, let's see what they left up here. Looks like we got some vitamin I, ibuprofen. There is some cigarettes in here, some ranch, some dipping sauces, ketchup, and some utensils. A little saw here. Looks like a fresh water bottle back there. Somebody has left a little buck saw here, which is cool. There is some tools. A little tool or a wrench here. Some bug spray, broom. There's another broom down there. A toilet, which I'm not going to lift the lid on. I'm scared of that. But I'm guessing that's probably what the water looks like coming out of the pitcher pump over there. Maybe not the most appetizing water in the world, but it'll do in a pinch. We need to go check that out. But I want to poke my head up. This thing has a second story to it that you can actually sleep in. So I want to poke my head up in there and check it out. There is a couple of cooking pots in here too. There's a cooking pot here. And there's also one right up over there. So that's fine. Pretty cool. Let's check out the loft. Well, it's pretty neat. Has some little foam mattresses here that I'm pretty sure have hantavirus or hantavirus, however you say that on them. But pretty neat little shelter here. Yeah, this is a pretty neat little shelter here. Even has a little chair there. I don't know who that would fit, but I'll tell you though, sitting right here in that door way, it feels like there's an air conditioner on right here. It's blowing that air from outside up through here, and it is like that. Feels so good. This is a pretty cool little shelter. I could see even just throwing a bedroll or something out up here and sleeping. I did bring my hammock and everything, which I'll probably do. I'll set my hammock up. But the mosquitoes are pretty bad out there. But this is pretty cool. It says this shelter is built to hold 12 people. I'd be terrified up here with 12 people, I think. 12 small people, maybe. Still looking for wasp nests. Surprisingly, not a single wasp nest. Seen a carpenter bee, but I don't worry about those. There's a carpenter bee hole right there. He's in there working away too. That other one was a wasp of some kind. I believe it was in there eating the nest of the carpenter bee. I don't know. I could be making that up. But it sure wasn't a carpenter bee. It was some sort of wasp. Let's go check out this water. Yeah, it looks like it's had water in it. Oh yeah. Very cool. So I can filter that water for good water to drink, so I'm not worried about water now. Awesome. That's great. So I've been doing this fasting thing, and I can't eat anything until noon. And it's almost 1 o'clock and I haven't broke my fast yet, so fixing to break into this beef jerky and eat me a little something. I'm doing pretty good on it. I feel better, but I got a long way to go. Long way to go. I'm in literally the worst shape I've ever been in my entire life. Gotta do something about it. Gotta change it. I say that from time to time, but I really gotta do it. What really scared me is the other night, I should say. I had a dream that I had a heart attack. And that was scary. So, wake up call. Gotta do something about it. Get rid of it. This is a pretty cool place. The mosquitoes are bad. It's a typical Florida swamp bottom here. So the mosquitoes are gonna be bad, but I did bring some bug spray, which you guys know I don't really care for, but I brought some. I brought my hammock with my bug net, so it should be pretty good to go. Winter time, this would be a cool place though. Alright, so I have wrapped up my breakfast, lunch, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to go ahead and get my camp set up. Problem is, somebody has built a little bushcraft shelter here. I don't know what the idea for that was, whether it was a little dog house for a dog they brought or what, I don't know. But this is good and dry, and it's perfect tinder to get a fire started tonight. And I imagine with these mosquitoes, it's probably going to be a campfire night. So I'm going to go ahead. I know they put a lot of work into this, but I'm going to go ahead and take this thing down, which they should have done. I'm going to go ahead and take it down, stack it up over to the side. We can use that to get our fire started tonight. And I think I'm going to set my hammock up between this tree right here and that one right there. So that way, if anybody else does come tonight, which I don't really expect them to, I think they should be past me by now for the through hiking season, but there still could be someone coming through tonight. So I'll put all my stuff off to the side, that way they can have access to the fire pit and everything too, and then they'll have the shelter if they need it. So next up, get this thing down. Alright, we want to be real careful with this, because this could be wasp nests and scorpions and all kind of stuff in here, so we want to be real careful. Snakes, especially the ones on the ground, they could be hiding a little rattlesnake or easily a coral snake. Coral snakes love to live under the leaves and brush like that, so you got to be super careful with that. Somebody put a lot of work into this. Got to be really careful pulling those out too, because those edges right there are razor sharp. Those things will cut the crap out of you. Alright, well, we got our shelter all set up. We should be pretty good to go. It's not supposed to rain. I think there's only like a 3% chance of rain, but we should be good to go. Even if it does rain, we'll be good. But now I think we're just in chill mode now. I did bring me a couple Dr. Peppers, and I think since we have the water over there, we're going to set us up a little cooling station. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I've got my Hammock with me today, which is pretty nice for wiping down with and stuff, you know. But this thing is going to make an excellent cooler for my drinks. So I'm going to take my 2 drinks. Also, I've got my little flask, and I'm going to take those things and wrap them up in this Hammock. Like that right there. I got a piece of cordage. I'm going to wrap that up with it. We'll go wet this really good, and then we'll find somewhere to hang it. It's really breezy right now, so this should work really good. The nice thing too is this Hammock's a little thicker than a bandana, so it should hold a little more water. It'll cool it faster. let that sit there in the shade and let the breeze blow through there and cool that thing off. Now that Shamog was wanting to bead up and run the water off of it. I don't think I washed it yet. It's pretty new. So that makes it a little more difficult. I need to wash that thing, because if I washed it, it would soak that water up a lot better. But that's okay, it worked. And we're gonna let that thing cool those drinks off, and here a little bit later, we'll have us a good cold or cool mixed drink. So I put my Tuff Possum pad in the bottom of my bag so it would sit on top of my rack on the bike and sit flat and ride good. But I want to show you something cool about this Tuff Possum sit pad. So it has the Velcro on the end of it, so you could take the pad out if you wanted to for some reason. But let me show you what else I've done. This thing is just perfect to carry my cutting board and a grill inside it, and a little plate or bowl. This is a bowl. But this little thing is super nice. And Tuff Possum, they're great people. But yeah, this thing, not only is it a good sit pad, you can use it to kneel when you're cutting firewood and all that stuff, but you can also use it to put your cutting board and grill and all that stuff in there. So pretty nice. Plus it gives that little bag rigidity, and I also tuck it in the back of my little pack, and it does the same thing for that pack. So now I'm going to put it on this bench and give my butt a little cushion. That's better. All right, so we are down to chill time now, and I think that I want to do a little carving. Haven't done any carving in a while, so I think that's what I want to do. First thing I'm going to do, I've got my little strop I carry with me. I'm going to strop up my blade and do a little carving. Time to get into relax mode and just chill. Yep. She's sharp now. Man, I gotta tell you, it has been a super relaxing afternoon. I've just sat here and carved a little bit, and some folks walked up earlier, a lady and a gentleman, and we got to talking and everything, and he was on Forged in Fire. It was really cool. His name was Chuck Fowler, and super cool guy. Talked to him for a little while, him and the lady there. I don't know if it was his wife or not, but the lady that was with him, very nice people, and really, really cool. So that got me to watching Forged in Fire. So I sat here and carved this little guy and watched Forged in Fire on my phone and just relaxed. It has been very relaxing. The breeze has been awesome. This wood that I've got is terrible. It kept chipping out and breaking and stuff, but I pushed through and got what I got anyway. He's not perfect, but I wanted to try something different. I wanted a face without a beard and, you know, without all that where it just hides all the rest of it. So this is the guy I got. He's not perfect by any means, but this is the little guy that I worked out there, and kind of cool. I don't know if I'll paint him up or not, but it spent some time. I learned a little bit. This time I actually carved some little ears on there, which are not perfect, but they're pretty cool. So still got some work to do on the carving and learning how to carve, but this is such a relaxing hobby. And I did all of this right here with just this little Beavercraft knife. So Make of that what you will, but I'm pretty happy with him. Well, I have to admit, that still tastes like steel pipe. But at least it's filtered. It says non-potable water. Chances are you could probably drink it and it would be fine, but it tastes like iron. So, I'm getting my daily dose of iron in. I've already filtered another bottle. And I also took the drinks and everything and re-wet them, and I just hung them on the pitcher pump itself. So now every now and then I can just go by there and pump it a little bit and re-wet it until we're ready to make a mixed drink, which honestly is not going to be too long. I'm about ready to make some dinner. I think I'm going to go ahead and make dinner early tonight. That way we can do it and still have some daylight left. And then I'm going to go ahead and get us a fire going, I think. Or I may do that vice versa. I don't know. But I'm ready to do something. I sat here and carved for a while, and that killed some time. And watched some Forged in Fire on my phone. I haven't watched that in years. But I used to really enjoy that show. And so that was kind of cool. It was fun to watch that. But got to figure out something else to get into now. I really I would like to go check out more of this site here. A little further down there is what they call the Rice Creek Levee, and this actually, back in the day, they actually used to flood areas out there and grow rice, and it's actually pretty interesting. But I'm kind of afraid to go down there and leave all my stuff here, to be honest with you. So that's kind of I don't know, that's a drawback. But I may get up early in the morning and just pack up and ride down there, and do that early in the morning before I head back out. So that might be kind of cool too. That guy I talked to earlier said that there was usually a bunch of alligators down there and a bunch of alligators along the creek and everything down there. So I don't know, maybe we'll get to go find an alligator. So this is right along the Florida Trail here, and this is a Florida Trail shelter. So I'm sure if you hike this section of the Florida Trail, you probably see alligators along this area. So pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little shelter. But I'm enjoying it. It's just been so relaxing today and quiet. The breeze and the trees and everything. Of course, there's always a plane buzzing around. But other than that, it's just super quiet out here. It's been really nice. I think I'm gonna build a fire though. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's do it. that worked out plumb simple. Made that little bundle with those palmetto fronds, and they lit right up. Piece of cake. Cake. That's funny how that works. I don't even normally eat anything sweet. Medicines. But now that I'm on a diet where technically I can't have cake, now all of a sudden I'm like, carrot cake. That would be pretty awesome, some carrot cake. Now I know I got that big old fire. Why are you using this? Well, I can kind of control this a little easier, and don't really, it's too hot to be setting over that fire, but I know here in a little while I'm going to want that fire, especially if the mosquitoes get going. So the nice thing is there's a lot of green foliage around here, so if I can keep that fire going, or even just keep some good coals going, I can go around here and cut some little green foliage every now and then, toss on there, smoke this place up, and run any mosquitoes or bugs or anything out of here. So that's the plan anyhow. Where's that meal? Here it is. So tonight I have the sweet pork and rice, and it says it's got a handy little fill line inside the bag there, but how much water does it take? It says just add water. Open pouch, tear at mark, remove oxygen absorber. Carefully add 1 cup of boiling water. That's what it is. I think I can do that. Well, these things taste terrible. Alright. Now, I just need to boil me some water. I need 1 cup. Last I checked, that was 8 ounces. That's 8 ounces. I'm gonna set this, I know it's on the picnic table. Don't do what I do. I'm gonna set it, smoke. Set it to the other side of the picnic table, and then I'll be very careful. There goes all the mosquitoes right now. That smoky fire. Somebody needs to bring a shovel in here and dig that fire ring out some. It is packed up that deep with coals. So that would help it burn a little better, I think. Alright, we got a boil. Here I was worried about being safe with that thing, and I forgot to even put my stand on it. Whatever. Alright, so that's boiling hot right this second. So I'm going to give it just a second so my handles will cool down enough that I can touch them. And then we'll get us some dinner going. I'm ready for it too. I'm hungry. Like I said, I've been trying to go easy and everything and dieting. This is definitely not a diet meal. I hate to even look at how many carbs and stuff are in this meal, but I've done really good today. basically the only thing I've had today is that beef jerky. So if I eat that and don't go crazy with anything, of course I don't have anything to go crazy with. That's kind of what I did. Just didn't bring anything crazy, so I should be okay with just this freeze-dried meal and then the one in the morning. I'll get back on track this week, but I'm actually feeling a lot better. It didn't take but like a couple of days of doing this to start sleeping better. And part of the problem is, I'll be honest with you, I just would get so bloated that I couldn't hardly sleep. I would have so much pressure on me. It was just horrible. The smoke is horrible too. Come on, wind. But it took a couple days of changing the way I eat and eating better, and that bloating all pretty much went away, and it has made my sleep so much better just that fast. So that tells you a lot about what I needed to change. So, but that's okay. That's what we're doing. Ain't no shame. We're changing it. We're doing it right. So this thing says it's got a line in here, a magic line somewhere, and I don't see no line. Oh well. I'm going to carefully pour this in there, and I'm going to not pour quite the whole amount. Hold back a little bit, and then if I need more, I will add more. Alright, so it's about that time. I think while we wait on that to finish up rehydrating, I'm going to make me a mixed drink. I just checked it. I don't think we need any more water. So I can go ahead and get rid of this hot water and make me a mixed drink. Let's see. It's cooler. I wouldn't say cold, but it's definitely cool. So that works for me. Let's see if this is cooler. It's cool and hot. My Evan Williams. Alright. We're going to make us a little light one tonight. Alright. I can kind of leave that stuff still wrapped up in there, in that schmog. Keep it somewhat cool. Perfect. That is perfect. You can see that I have checked that sweet pork and rice to make sure it was getting there, and it was getting there. So, cheers. Just right. Very, very good. So, I honestly think the sweet pork and rice is probably ready. And it did just right this time. There's no extra soupiness to it. It's perfect. The pork rehydrated like it should. just like it should. So no soupiness to it or anything. When you get this one right, it is super good. I do think I want some of my hot sauce on it there. Where did that get off? Oh yeah. Smoke. My Melinda's Black Truffle Hot Sauce. I really like this stuff. Really, really good. Yep. That made it even better. Holy crap, that's good. Sweet pork and rice, guys. Boil your water. Use about 7 ounces instead of 8 ounces. That's perfect. Wow. Alright. I'm going to finish eating dinner here. And I think I'm going to kind of clean some of this stuff up. I've kind of sprawled out. I want to clean everything up and get consolidating in case somebody does come through later on in the evening. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and there is some little pieces of firewood around. There's some stacked up over here already, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up a few other pieces and get them stacked up just so I'll have them for later on this evening. And then I think it's back to kick back and chill. So it's been so relaxing. I'll catch you in a minute. So I was walking around looking for firewood, and I found something interesting. Let me show you. A little pygmy rattlesnake right there. And here, I'm barefooted. Which, I'm typically barefooted. But I look for that kind of stuff. And I try to pay attention. And I saw him 10 feet away at least. But it's always something you got to look out for. Especially out here, the grass is high. Everything, I mean, a lot of leaf litter and cover. And that little guy could be sitting anywhere. So definitely something I will start to be a little more careful for tonight while I'm out here. But something you should watch for sure. That little guy could really pack a wallop, and you'd be in trouble pretty quick. So just want to give you one more little thing about that little pygmy. Those things are searching for a heat signature. They're searching for warmth. So when we're camping out here, we've got all our warm stuff on. We've got, you know, in the hammock, I've got my underquilt under me and stuff like that, trying to stay warm. If you're in a tent, you're creating all this heat inside the tent. You need to be very careful when you swing out of a hammock in the morning. Look down before you put your feet down, because there is a area of warmth under you, and that little guy could be laying right there under you. Also, right there around your tent is going to be nice and warm. So when you pick up your tent, when you're getting ready to pack up your tent to put everything back in your pack, be really careful around the edges of your tent. And when you unzip that tent, look out before you step out and make sure you're not fixing to step on one of those little guys. I should have been talking about this stuff in the past, but I haven't done it. But that's something that you really need to think about. I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to think about that. And if it does scare you, then maybe you will look before you just throw your feet down out of your hammock. So this is pretty cool. It's a rare occasion that I have good internet service anywhere. I was able to go live on Instagram a few minutes ago, talk about that rattlesnake. And check this out. I'm able to watch Random Adventures 2.0's live stream tonight and kind of join in and stuff like that. Very, very cool. It's not very often that I get a chance to have internet enough to do that kind of stuff while I'm out here. But that's pretty awesome. So I've just been chilling, still having this is my second mixed drink, and I'm going to be done for the night. It won't be too long, I don't think, before I'm ready to go to bed. It's been a really relaxing day. I've just been chill all day, and I think I'm going to watch this live stream and get ready to kick off and get me some good sleep tonight. I think it's going to be good.
I just won't put any of why not or Anthony's. So why not is backwards is why not. I meant why not in Boreal down at
Alright guys, well, I have had a awesome day today, and I've been sitting here really enjoying this fire and sitting here just having a good time, just chatting with everybody on Random Adventure 2.0's live stream. It's been a lot of fun, and if you don't follow Random Adventures 2.0, you're missing out. Great guy, and the live streams are a lot of fun. So I was just sitting here and enjoying that, and I think I'm gonna let this fire die down a little bit, and I'm gonna climb in my hammock and go to bed. I've enjoyed myself today, but I'm ready for some sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. I have to be 100% honest. I did not sleep the best last night. I got to sleep pretty easy, but then I got woke up by something walking through camp, probably a deer, or could have been like a armadillo or a possum or something. And then after I woke up, it took forever for me to get back to sleep. But once I did get back to sleep, I didn't wake up until 7:30 or so. It was a little chilly this morning. I kind of toyed with the idea of not using my underquilt last night, but I'm glad I brought that underquilt because it's a little chilly this morning. It was down around 58, I think. So I was comfortable in there, but I would have been chilly. And I wouldn't typically build a fire first thing in the morning, but I didn't bring my sleep pants or anything last night, just my shorts. And I got up this morning, it was a little chilly on my legs, so built me a little fire. Plus I've got plenty of water right here to put it out with when I'm ready to leave. So I think it's time for some coffee. There's a deer walking out there. That's one thing I will say, there is a lot of animal activity out here. A lot of animal activity around it. I did check first thing this morning to see if my little buddy was still over there by the tree, and he's still coiled up right there at the base of that tree. I had an idea that there might be some snakes around here yesterday when I got here, so I was kind of already on the lookout for them, because there's a ton of little toads about this big, and typically where there's a bunch of little toads like that, there's snakes to eat them. So I was already kind of on the lookout for them. Oh, I'm gonna use my little cup cozy thing to keep my coffee from getting too cold this morning. There we go. Alright. Let that cool off for just a second, because I know that's mouth scalding hot. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to make my breakfast or not. I'm not really that hungry this morning, and I haven't been eating anything typically until lunchtime. So I don't know if I want to do that or not, because I did already kind of cheat last night with that meal. So I don't know. Maybe if I don't have to, I won't. Which I think it's obvious that I won't have to. Man, it is quiet around here. There's so many bird sounds, and this is a really nice place. I know you can't hear that, but way back over here behind me, I can hear a turkey gobbling. That is really cool. There it was. There it was again. Almost sounds like he's getting closer. They've got the little mailbox over there, and I've got the logbook here. Figured I'd go through here and look at some of the comments in here. So the last person who stayed here was 4/27/24, which is just a couple days ago. 2 days ago. This, thanks for the lunch break with no bugs, Pam. No, spam. So that's pretty cool. Then let's see, on 4/20, I can't tell if it says rodeo or what it says, but it says happy 4/20 everybody. I rode my one wheel all the way here and seen the giant cypress. The tree roots are rough. for the one wheel, but it can be done. Ride or walk safely, everyone. Look at me multitasking, drinking coffee and sorting my water for the day. It's pretty good. And that's pretty good too. Coffee. You didn't think I was gonna say it, did you? Okay, so I got to thinking about, you know, the through hikers that will be coming through here, and if I had anything that I could leave behind that might help somebody. So I decided I'm gonna leave this little canister of fuel. It's almost full. We'll leave that for them. A couple of tent stakes. A little hank of cordage. And an assortment here. So there is hot sauce in here. There's regular coffee, Cafe Bustelo. There's some decaf coffee in there. There's a pack of hot chocolate in there. And there's a couple of these little Irish creams in there. So if somebody wanted to make a cozy coffee, they got the stuff to do it right here. So I'm gonna toss this stuff on the shelf, hop on that bike, and get back on the trail. Alright guys, so we're all packed up and ready to go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to hit that levee trail down there. I've got to get back home so I can grab my stuff and go to work. So that just means we'll have to come back and do that a different day. It's been a great trip. I have enjoyed it. I learned a few things about bike packing, about the way I need to pack. I also learned I need to get me a bigger handlebar bag. That will give me a little more room. But time to get back on the trail and get back home. Appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next week. Well, as you can see, I made it back to the Jeep, and no one saw fit to bust the windows out of it. That makes me happy. The other thing that makes me happy is a cooler with a cold drink in it when you get back from a hike or a bike ride. Cheers. See you next Thursday.